What's up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Backdooring y'all with one tonight. Backdooring y'all with one tonight. I told you last night that I would probably come back on again tonight. And here I am, a little earlier than I was last night. And I wish I could have got on a little earlier than this. But we're going to cover this topic, as y'all can see the title. We're going to cover this topic, and we'll give it a little time for a few of y'all to trickle in. I'm not going to be long like I was last night at all. I promise, man. We did an open topic last night, and in that open topic, we just kept going. Then it took another twist, and it went somewhere else, and it was a good discussion. It was a cool discussion. So that's why it ended up being a long discussion. But I promise you, tonight we're not gonna get down like that. We're talking about the danger of seeking out bad attention, and I had to put the adjective bad attention on this topic because all attention ain't good and all attention ain't bad, and sometimes we do things in order to be noticed. And in those efforts to try to be noticed, we either getting noticed for the wrong things or we're being noticed by the wrong people. And either way, especially when we're noticed by the wrong people, it could put you in a pretty dangerous situation. It could put you in a pretty bad situation. So I want to lay out just a few things and make us understand why, despite what we're going through, despite what we're feeling, it's best to just stay steady. It's best to stay steady and to work your way into as opposed to trying to overblow your status and overblow who you are to give the appearance that you are something that you're not, or in a position that you're not in. Now, there are three things. There's more than three things, but there are three things that I peeped out that are the categories of seeking out bad attention. Three of the main categories of how people seek out bad attention. But like I said, there are more than one, but a lot of it is covered under these three umbrellas that I'm gonna mention. And everything starts with an F. You have flexing, flashing, and flirting. I'll say those three again. Things that bring about bad attention to yourself. Flexing, flashing, and flirting. So what is flexing? Flexing is just carrying yourself like, you just on top. You just more than what you are. You showing out. You talking a big game, and even if you do have certain things, you showing it off. You got your money and y'all you just flexing. And a lot of times you just talking. Flashing is you're displaying your possessions, like showing your money, showing your gold, your cars, and all the different things that you possess of material, from material aspect, and you just showing these things off like that. And flirting, which is really arguably the most dangerous one, because people will flirt and present themselves to the opposite sex in ways that to try to bring attention to themselves, even if they may not be interested in the individual that they are flirting with, that they are winking at or giving a certain look to, or carrying themselves in in a provocative way towards certain things, you draw bad energy and bad people to yourself unknowingly most of the time. So it's flexing, flashing, and flirting, all for 3 other F's. And those other 3 F's, you do the flexing, the flashing, and flirting in order to get the friends, the favor, and the funds. So we playing the F game tonight. You do the flexing, the flashing, and the flirting to get the friends, the favor, and the funds. You try favor is just trying to get in people's good graces, trying to move up the ladder with certain people, trying to get in certain positions, trying to rub elbows, get people to look out for you in certain ways. You want their favor. Or even if they don't give you anything, just let them be around, let you be around them. The friends, similar. You want people to like you. You want people to want to hang with you and these things, but they're not always real friends. And the funds, the money. People do a lot of things that they do to try to get money. They try to work their way up the ladder in ways that are not organic in order to get some bread in their pocket. So these are the things that can bring about bad attention to ourselves if we are not careful. And I've seen situations where people will use those things to try to get back at other people that are close to them. So you got a guy who wants to make his girlfriend jealous. So he's with his girlfriend, he's in a club flirting with other girls and getting close to other women, and his girlfriend is right there, and vice versa. Women who would do the same thing. They'll be around, they'll be with a guy, and the guy's sitting over there chilling, and she's dancing on other guys and just being real chatty with different guys, and she may glance over there to kind of see how he's reacting to it. And a lot of times people are ticking time bombs, and it could be somebody that you've been knowing for a long time, and you just thought, he ain't gonna do nothing, she ain't gonna do nothing. And they finally reach a point where they snap, because this pattern that they've been seeing you go through, they get tired of it. And it's like, man, everywhere we go, you flirting with these dudes and looking at these guys and da-da-da-da. And she's the same way. The woman is the same way. How come every time we go out, you got to be all on these women and oh, girl, you tripping, girl, baby girl, ain't, you know? But that's dangerous. And it's dangerous, especially if you are doing it to be childish like that. You're trying to get a rise out of a person. I never understood why there are certain people who do things to other people just to see how they react. We all have seen that and seen that with people that say, watch this. I'm gonna watch what he do when I do this. You do things to people to try to get a reaction out of them. And the reaction that you're trying to get out of them is very rarely a positive reaction. You're doing something to them to try to make them flip out, to go off. And then you laugh and it's funny. You tell you, you try to make it into a joke. But sometimes you don't realize the danger of the situation with the person that you're playing with like that, because all they did was flip out the first 5 or 6 times, but that 7th time, they lost it. They went a little further in, and they took things to the point of no return. Because people have what's called a limit. People reach a certain threshold to where it's like, it's only so much that you can take. If I have a container, I can pour a little bit, pour a little bit. I can pour shot-like amounts. But if I keep doing it, if I do it enough, eventually that cup's gonna fill, and eventually that cup is gonna spill over. So you look at it like these are just small amounts. You poking and you poking and you poking and you poking. Eventually something's gonna pop. And then everybody's like, I didn't know he was like that. He's never done anything like that before. I can't believe he just snapped like that. Why can't you believe he just snapped like that? Because you the whole time, you was poking the bear. You was poking the bear. And the bear was like, hey man, stop. All right. You know, look, you know when people say, all right, you know, especially for black folks, that's the ultimate warning. When a black person go, all right, tell them live. But the key is, all the while you were doing these things to get attention, to get a reaction from somebody else that led to a dangerous situation. And we have to be very careful with that. So we get on social media and we pull out pictures. We show pictures of us with the money phone. We got all this money in our hand. We show pictures of us with the money fan. We show pictures of us with all our weed on the table. All these different things that we like to show because we are focused on another group of people who, in our mind, these are the people we want to get the attention from. I want all of my boys to see this lick I hit. I want these females to see me holding up this money, so some of them might come at me. I want people to see me in my slab, so I can have these cats out here sick. I'm gonna have them sick. I'm gonna mess their head up when they see me. And you looking at it from an innocent standpoint to a degree. You know, you don't mean no harm. And the people that you want to see it, they see it. But it's other people that see it too, that ain't looking at it the same way the other people are looking at it. They looking at it with envy in their heart. They looking at it plotting and scheming, like, oh, okay, that's what he got. That's what she got. Oh, that's where she live. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, she flashing and flexing, huh? Okay. All right. Oh, that's where she at? Oh, she at the restaurant. She done took the picture. She done we over here, we at Steak 48, doing it big. Just drop the keys off with the valet dude. Oh, okay. That's how you doing it? You attracting bad attention. Now, but you're right. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. But you got to be real smart and real careful and strategic with how you move in those ways. So, because the eyes that you are desiring to have on you are not the only eyes that are on you. You cannot control every set of eyes. So, from a female's point of view, there's a particular outfit that you want to wear to the club tonight. And you say, I want to wear this particular outfit to the club tonight. So you put that outfit on, and the outfit is very revealing, showing a lot of you, showing the majority of you. Your goal is a couple of goals. You either looking at it like, I like the way this looks on me and I'm wearing it for me, and I like the way it looks. Or like a lot of females will say, well, I dress like this. I'm not trying to get a man's attention. I dress like this to make these women jealous, to show them how I got it together. But you don't have the ability to block the vision of the negative side of the game either. So there are guys that are like, and they'll come at you a certain way simply because of the presentation. That don't mean you a hoe. That don't mean you a freak or nothing like that. Doesn't even mean that you wanted that kind of attention. Though some women do. Some women will dress like that and want that attention, but as soon as they get it, they act like they mad about it. They didn't want it. Well, who you, why you looking? You got a problem? You looking at me? Yeah. You came outside with a piece of thread wrapped around you, talking about there's an outfit. But it's dangerous because there are individuals who will simply look. There are individuals who will look and say something or say something inappropriate. There are individuals who will look, shoot their shot. You may reject them and they'll move on. But then you got individuals who go way further than that. They'll disrespect you verbally, but they might assault you physically. They may resort to other levels. They may try to sexually assault you or worse. Yeah, I see that my connection was tripping. I hope it's a little better now. Tina Peter, OG. But these are the dangers of seeking attention, because the general attention, it will turn into bad attention that you don't want, because your intention wasn't that, but it turned into that. So you got to think all the way around when you make your moves. When you post that post, you got to think, do I really want to show everybody what I'm working with right now, what I got, this lick out here? Do I really want to show everybody that? I'm excited because I got a blessing. Some people are not even showing out. I'm just excited I got a blessing. God blessed me with this, and I just want to show the world how God blessed me. That's still dangerous. Still something to be mindful of and watchful of as it relates to material things. It's not for you to show everything that you have. Too many vultures out here. Too many snakes and scavengers and hyenas out here in the jungle. We live in the jungle. And even just off of social media, like you see a lot of brothers who, and I don't knock them because I got nothing but love for them. I seen some today who ride around in you know, in their nice cars with they polka knot swangers, candy paint system. It's a beautiful thing to me, but it draws negative attention to them from people who don't have what they have and try to jack. You got jackers out here, people who don't want to work to get the things that you got. So they look to victimize those of you who have worked hard to get what you got. They want to get it in one lick by jacking you. And it's a shame that having predators, see, Tina, it's a shame that having nice things in this world sometimes can come at a price. Having nice things can put you in a position of danger. And it can put you in a mindset of like, man, I don't even want to get this because I don't want to draw that kind of attention to myself. And it shouldn't be that way. Even from the police. Brother got a nice car. Riding down the street. Police officer upset because he don't have a nice car like that. So he pulls you over and asks you, whose car is this? How'd you get it? Why are you in this neighborhood? Why? And they give you all kinds of problems simply because you were driving a nice car. Everything checks out. Everything checks out. They're still on your head. Because envy is a powerful, powerful emotion. It's a powerful energy that the person who suffers from envy, they literally cannot control. It's a sickness. Envy is a sickness that some people literally cannot control, and it drives them to a point where they have to act on that envious spirit, whether it be through just saying stuff, just hating, just natural hating, having something to say, or whether they act on it by doing something to you to destroy you or to destroy what you have. All the way down to your family. And I don't mean family members, we'll get to that. But there are people who will see your Facebook, Instagram post of you enjoying your family. Me and the family at the beach. It's you, your wife, or your husband, your children, y'all having a good time. Me and the family at the restaurant. Everybody smiling in the picture, and y'all toasting and all this different stuff. And somebody, believe it or not, is somebody in the world looking at that picture and they are mad that you are happy. Shout out to Mike Cherry for the love, Mike. Appreciate the love, man, and the donation. And shout out to Tina P, the OG. Appreciate the love and the donation, Tina P. As usual, nothing but love for y'all. Mike Cherry says, here's a flex, but for real, thanks for showing up for us and talking. Also, this is for all the music I get off YouTube. Salute to you, Mike. Number love, man. Thank you, man. And Tina P, the OG. Salute to you as well, Queen. You already know what it is. But we would be surprised at the things that people envy us or envious of as it relates to us on a daily basis. And it's not just strangers. People that you've known, family, friends, co-workers, significant others, parents envious of their own children. That's a real thing. Parents envious of their own children. So everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be liked. That's just a natural human element that we have within us, that everybody wants to be liked. Timeout. We got to call a timeout on the play because we got a SPC OG in the building of the highest order. Timeout. This is a 20-second timeout. We got an SPC OG in here of the highest order. I really hate that it's not a lot of people on here tonight because this is the first time I've seen my brother in the chat. So we got to give a salute, man. The great Klondike Cat. Y'all see him. Klondike Cat, SPC. The great Klondike Cat is in the building. Right now, I need peace signs, salutes, 100, power fist, Any emojis, fire, explosions, whatever you got, man. Salute to my brother Cat right now. Y'all stop what y'all doing, man. This is the OG of the highest order, man. And when Cat come and grace us with his presence in the chat, we got Cat in the chat. I need y'all to show some love right now, man. Stop what y'all doing. Y'all already know, man. The Lyrical Lion is in the building, man. My brother from another. One of the greatest in the game, one of the greatest to ever do it, one of the greatest to pick up the mic, one of the greatest to hold, one of the greatest to ever slide one of these across some notebook paper, man. That's right, man. Y'all show my brother Klondike Cat some love. Everybody in here give him something. Man, yeah, AKA Diamond Dre. Y'all already know. Y'all already know what it is, man. Straight up. Straight up, man. The great Klondike Cat is in the building. Stick around for a little while, Cat, if you got time. We're talking about the danger of seeking out bad attention. Now, the title is kind of misleading because everybody doesn't seek out bad attention. We might seek out attention. That's right, JV. You said SPC royalty. That's right. Absolutely. You may seek out attention, but in your mind, you're not looking for it to be bad attention or attention that can get you in trouble. But it turns out that way because we didn't think about the whole picture when we was doing what we was doing. So I wanted to wear that. I wanted to wear that chain with all them diamonds in it. I wanted to wear it. So I wore it, but I wore it in the wrong place, right? So when you wore it in the wrong place, you were around the wrong people, and people were staring at you, looking at you. You had a percentage of people that admired the chain. Man, that's a nice chain. People will say, that's a nice chain, and they'll keep moving. But somebody else will say, that's a nice chain, I'm going to get it. Or tell their partner, let's get it. You drew an attention to yourself. You drew a negative energy to yourself based on putting yourself in that position with that particular material item. And it's unfortunate that we live in that kind of society, but we got to be mindful of those types of things. When you grow up in the hood, you kind of already on that kind of alert. There's certain things you do when you pull up to certain spot. Let me put this up, let me hide it. You do it when you park your car. If you leave stuff in your car, you let me cover this up. Or you might say, hey, man, take that out the car. I don't want nobody to walk by and look in the car and double take and say, oh, this dude done left a hole, whatever in the back seat. Let's get in there. So you do everything that you can to try to see. As you get older, we should reach a point when we get older where we're not trying to impress nobody. And a lot of times that's a trait that young people have. We got to try to prove and show the world that we somebody, even if we not on that level, because we're trying to impress those around us. If you're a dude, you want girls to see you looking like this. If you're a female, you want guys to see how fine you are and all these different things. Or if you're just a young guy, you want to see how nice your ride is and how much money you got. That's a young trait, you would think. But unfortunately, it's a lot of older people who still kind of carry that mentality. It's people in their 40s and 50s that still on that showboat type of level, still trying to show the world or get that kind of attention. And it's sad at that age. Cat says still clout chasing. You clout chasing at 47. It's like when I was younger, like in middle school and high school, and not elementary so much, but by the time you get to middle school, you become aware. You become that person that's really aware of what kind of shoes you wearing, what kind of jeans and stuff, because you know you might get ranked out the cafeteria if you got them fake ones on or some, you are very aware of that type of stuff and you care about it. And if somebody says something about your clothes or something like that, it hits you a certain way. It bothers you, like, man, you talking about my shoes, man. You feel a certain way. Or if your family can't afford certain name brands and all that, it puts you in a bad situation as a young person, because when you get to school, it's a war zone. You're gonna get ate up. But as you get older, you grow out of that. I reached a point years ago, really. I've never been the guy that was big on dressing and all that. But you reach a point, man, where you literally don't care what people think about you. You don't care. It don't even matter to you. At least you should reach that point. I'm thankful I could care less. I would walk outside in some beat up shoes that are comfortable, because I don't feel like putting on no brand new tennis shoes that I gotta be careful with every step, because I don't want them to get scuffed up, or I'd rather just put on these old shoes and go to the store real quick and come on back. And I don't care who looks at me and go, "Ooh, K-Rino's wearing some, man, them the shoes you wearing?" Yep. Because when you don't have that kind of insecurity of mind as an adult, it don't matter to you. And especially if if I wanted to buy some $500 tennis shoes, I could. But I'm more practical. Like, why would I do that? But you stop caring what people think. And when you reach that point in your life where you stop caring what people think about you, you have just entered into a level of freedom that you can't match. That's you can't pay for that. Because when you are worried about what people think about you all the time, and what they're gonna say about your clothes, and they're gonna say about you as your personality and all that, you are trapped inside of a prison. You inside of a prison, because now here you are 24/7. Your every single day is centered around constructing your life to make sure when you step out in front of people, you meet their approval. I can't do that. You shouldn't do that. The only approval you should meet is your own. Hey, I'm cool with the way I look. I'm gonna look in the mirror. Okay, I'm good. All right. And I'm gonna step out on the scene and I'm gonna be me. But when you see people talk, hey, what's she looking at? Why he looking at me like that? That man might have just happened to just glance over in your direction. He wasn't even looking at you. And you thinking somebody's looking at you, ready to say something negative about you, looking at you in a negative way. That's the insecurity. You in a prison. You trapped. Even if they are looking at you in a negative way, they might look at your shoes and keep walking. So what? What's the big deal? Who cares? Grow up. So now you start to go out of your way to acquire things to get, when you get that attention comes with a stamp of approval from somebody that you don't even know. That's the worst part. We worried about people that we don't even know. Do you know how many times a day when you walk outside throughout the course of a day, we don't think about how many people that we actually see and that see us throughout the course of a day? It may be If you outside, if you in and out all day long, you may see hundreds of people throughout the course of the day. You may see 500, 600 people in a day. You don't think of it like that. They may see you. Out of those 500 or 600 people that you see in a day, the majority, probably 99% of those folks, you're not going to ever see them again in your life, even though y'all live in the same city. Somebody you saw this time last year, January the 15th, 2021, you saw them one time in the grocery store. You haven't seen them since. So why would you care what they think about you? You got to grow up. You put yourself in dangerous situations to impress people. You got friends that gas you up. Young people, peer pressure. Are you scared? You scared? You scared? You scared? Old people or older people. Man, you don't never want to see. You don't hang. You don't get down like you used to, man. You done fell off. You don't went soft in your old age, bro. You don't went soft. Yeah, I done went soft. Because a person would say, man, oh, well, man, bro, I don't want to do that, man. I got a family now, bro. I'm married. I got children now, man. And some of these cats that you ran with, they still in the same pocket of time and in the same mind frame that they was in 25 years ago. When you outgrow people, you got to keep going. Because people will gas you up. They will gas you up to pull you in a situation that you can't get out of. Because you wanted attention and you wanted approval. Never thinking about what you stand to lose. You focusing on what you think you gaining. Because I'm going to show myself to be this and people are going to think that I'm somebody special. So that's what I'm gaining. I'm gaining this love. I'm gaining these accolades, but you're not focusing on what you stand to lose. Everything comes with a price. Everything comes with a price. Even for the successful. Let me see what Kat said. Wealthy people shop at Walmart. Rich people need high-end labels to feel validation. That's a fact. Wealthy people, you wouldn't even know they was wealthy a lot of the times. We say this all the time. They walk around in their dingy little jeans and beat up shoes and t-shirt because they don't have to prove themselves to you from a visual standpoint. They don't have to prove themselves to you from a visual standpoint. They have proved everything that they want to prove to themselves and to those around them from the work that they've done. Dollar bill, y'all. Gavin Lill, much love. Naisha Walpool, peace and blessing to you. Nate Herbert, much love. DJ Memphis Mix, people looking like clowns on purpose just so people will pay attention. That's another dimension. Like how we see a lot of how the entertainers dress. A lot of the basketball players, a lot of the rappers, they put on these clownish outfits. They overblow these insane outfits. And these are people who have plenty of money. These are people who get a lot of attention, but they need more. But it's the wrong kind of attention, because that kind of attention is dangerous because it sends the wrong kind of message to young people. I said this before in another lie. I don't want my son wanting to wear no dress. I don't want my son thinking that it's all right for him to wear a dress because he saw his favorite athlete wear a dress, or because he saw his favorite basketball player wearing a dress. I don't want my son to think that that's all right. I got to have a conversation with him now. It's like, man, yeah, I see your favorite rapper was on the magazine with that dress on. We need to sit down and have a talk. I gotta make you understand something. Matter of fact, you tell me what you think about that. Because it's an agenda. And the bad attention does not always affect the person who's the focal point of the attention. It trickles down. So now your 10-year-old think it's cool to wear a dress, and he's a boy. They lost their minds, still trying to find their minds. Be out of your mind. You know exactly where it's at, and just pick it up. See, successful people, they fall under that same spell too. But the problem is, what they do can affect a generation. Just like when brothers and sisters were taking positive stands and standing on strong principles, they affect the generation too, but in a positive way. People like Muhammad Ali, they changed the minds of the people for the better and changed the way a generation thinks. Certain artists, certain music. And Marvin Gaye makes a song called What's Going On. And, you know, those are songs. Sam Cooke makes A Change Gonna Come. Those are songs that change the whole thought process of a generation. Even to this day, you can play those same songs. But when we present these false images because we want a quick fix, we want to take a shortcut to what we believe is the top, that's dangerous. Let me go back and see what I missed from y'all. Because y'all be dropping some jewels. Y'all be dropping some bombs on your big brother, and I don't like to miss nothing. Klondike cat, shoot the 9 till I'm numb. Jan 3, no saint. You just made a quote. That's one of the greatest quotes I ever heard. I heard this quote a few years ago, and it's a great quote. It says, what somebody thinks about me is none of my business. Because I can't control it. That's for the insecure. There's so many layers to this topic because, again, there are people who seek out, they trying to make themselves be seen. Be careful when you brag. Be careful when you brag about what you can do, who you are, what abilities you have. Be careful when you do that, because the bad attention that can come to that is somebody may call you on it. You already got somebody talk about who they can whoop. Oh man, anybody knows I'll whoop you. I'll do that. I'll beat somebody. Man, I wish somebody would. I'll beat you. Yeah, you already got them kind of people all the time, no matter what's going on. Well, that's cool. All they got to do is pull up and I'll whoop. And then sometimes when that person gets called on all that talking, you find out they wasn't nowhere close to that type of person. Just talking. You drew that bad attention to yourself because you wanted to make yourself seem like you was tough. But but you wasn't. It's all right to be you, man. It's all right to be you. But you got to find you to be you. So we got young people who, they'll jump in the gang. They'll start running with a crew of cats that they may not even want to run with those dudes. Or they might have run one. They might, I want to prove myself. I want to be somebody in these streets. Then you put a target on your back because you out there participating in activities that have brought some bad attention to yourself. Now it's very hard for you to move freely throughout the city because you created enemies for yourself. But guess what? You've also put your family in danger through your actions. That's why nothing that we do is 100% just about us. We should always be mindful of everything we do because everything we do connects to those that we care about. If you just don't care about nobody but yourself, then you got a different kind of problem. But if you're a person who professes and claims to love your mama, love your little baby sister, your little baby brother, your wife, your husband, all these different people, your friends, if you're a person who professes and claims that you love those people, then you got to understand that the decisions that you make affect them. So if you put a target on your back, think of how the mafia operates back in the days. Back in the days, the old gangsters, they might not even get you first. They might eventually get to you, but they may go and kill your daughter. That trickled down to us in the hood. What you do, man? I shot up his mama house. Go shoot up your mama house. Your mama ain't got nothing to do with that. Your mama don't even know that you involved in this type of stuff. And all of a sudden, they done shot up your mama house because of what you was doing to bring that kind of attention to you. And now you pulled your family into it. The dangers of bad attention. Because you wanted to be somebody in these streets. Shout out to Jimi Hendrix. I appreciate the love, man. I'm iced up like a swole ankle. Y'all want to see T-Rash come back? Y'all think it's time for T-Rash to drop something new? Tina P said, but that was already a target there from the start. And yeah, that was a target there from the start. That target was from society. That target was from the powers that already want to destroy us anyway. So now you got a target on your front and your back. Because there's the war that you didn't know you was in, because that war was being waged on you by this society, by this system. But within that structure, that same system had things in place, had elements in place to make us go to war with each other and put targets on each other's back. So you got one on the front and one on the back. You like UGK, you front, back, and side to side. Good point, Tina P. If that's what you were talking about, you might have been talking. Tina, you deep, you might have been on another level. See? It's all right to just move stealth move in silence. Black Religion Entertainment says catching a body is a trend now with the youngins. Yeah, it's a badge. And unfortunately, not just our young people, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who, if they are focused enough on whatever it is that's bothering them, they willing to spend the rest of their life in prison before they swallow that pride and just let that go because it ain't that serious. To prove that point, they'll lose it all. The prison is filled up with people like that. And so is the cemetery that stood on it so hard. They couldn't let it go. Couldn't let it go. People telling them, let it go. It ain't that serious. Let it go. No, man. No, man. Dude, let it go. You got a son. Let it go. No. Man, your mama and them need you out here, man. You just got that job, man. You working, you do. Let it go. No. It's people that just, they can't let it go. That's a sickness because we not prioritizing what's important. We caught in the moment of that anger and that emotion, and we moving on that. So I talked about how when men and women do things to try to make their personal relationship jealous, got to be careful with that. Can't do that. Get online and post stuff and say stuff. I guess I'll just find me a new boo tonight. Whoa. You don't know how that man gonna react to that. You want to get a reaction, but you have your mind programmed about the type of reaction you want to get from that. That might not be what you gonna get. Tina P, you dipping out early tonight? Salute to you, as usual. Tina P, the OG. Joseph Milak, be careful when you do brag. You can end up with a toe tag. Yeah, you have to walk the earth in humility. Walk with humility. Being humble don't mean being weak. Being humble has been misconstrued as being weak. He's a humble person. She's a humble person. That don't mean you weak. That means that you walk in peace and you don't bother nobody. But your sword is on you. And in the right moment, you spring into action. Miss Lady Sample is in the building. Tina P come in the chat and just she enhances the energy when she comes in. Some people have the ability to do that even just in a chat room. Just the words and the interactions have the ability to just ramp up the positive energy like that. That's a gift. That's a gift. OGs move in silence. OGs move in silence, and warriors pray for peace. See? Some people will demean themselves, allow themselves to be humiliated in front of the world to receive attention. They will allow themselves to be on TV getting pies smashed in their face and kicked in the butt and everybody laughing and not even on TV, just in lower levels of society, just demeaning situations because you were trying to get that attention. Got to be careful with that, y'all. Understand your value and understand that the value that you have in you is not dependent on things that you possess. It's not based on possessions. It's not based on possessions, because possessions come and go. You are going to be with you. You can't, you playing basketball and you hit a dude with a move, and when you do this here, he go that way, y'all like whoop, and you shook him. You can shake people, but you can't shake you. You can cross over all day. You're gonna still be right here. So you have to live with who you really are. Because when you step out into the world, and in this particular case, stepping out into the world doesn't always mean physically walking out of a door into the world. In this day and age, stepping out into the world also consists of stepping out into your social media platforms, because we'll be one way until we jump on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter. Then you become this character. Then you become this personality. So you stepped out into the world. You put this face on to become this character when you get on your social media sites. But it's all right to just be you. People recognize that. People appreciate that, and they recognize that immediately. People know the real from the fake. They know it. They can read your posts. I meet people all the time, man. And I meet people who, and I'm sure y'all do too, I meet people who present themselves to me a certain way. When they talk to me a certain way. And it's, oh man, they speak with intelligence, they speak professional, they speak, I don't know why, you ain't got to try to impress me, I ain't nobody. Then you go to their social media page and they talking as raunchy and as buck wild, and it's like, man, that ain't the person I met. Because they put on a face. But if you really want to know who a person is and how a person is, just follow them on social media. You'll see the full range. You will see the full range of all of their personality traits. Wake up one morning, he cussing out the world. He talking about how he almost whooped his supervisor today. She talking about how all the hoes is jealous of her. He talking about, it's amazing. It's like, this ain't the person I met. Just follow them long enough on there. People reveal every side of themselves on their social media. And I don't know if they think it's not therapeutic, because the methodology is not a healthy methodology. It's not a healthy expression. It's all about attention. But you're receiving bad attention because you'll get a handful of people who co-sign your posts, but other people are like, man, this dude is really messed up. Man, this sister is tripping. Instead of following the Most High, the masses follow worldly things and ungodly things. True indeed, tribe of Judah. We all guilty of that. The key is to jump in the fight. We got to jump in the fight. The fight for what? The war within self. Who should we be trying to impress? Should we be trying to impress a bunch of people we don't know, or a bunch of people that don't care about us, or a bunch of people who may try to turn that against us to seek us out in the wrong way? Or should we be trying to impress the Most High and those who really care about us? You should be trying to impress your children, those who love you, your significant other, your family members. And not even to use the word impress, but to live up to a respectful standard, a standard of respectability. See? You ain't got to lie, Craig. Cadbury Hardwell is in the building, man. Angie Wise, what's up, Angie? People are most definitely multidimensional, like crazy multidimensional. Because we all got these multiple personalities. And it's like we got a little packet inside our jacket. We got a packet in the jacket. It's like, okay, who's over there? Who's that over there? Okay, let me put this mask. Let me put this face on. Since they over there, I gotta be them. I gotta be what they are. Then you leave them, take this off, and oh, they over there. Oh, let me get this one. Put this one on to be over there with them. Oh, them the gangsters over there. Yeah, hold on. Let me put my gangster mask on. Now, you're a chameleon. You become whatever you need to become based on who you around. The greatest people that I know are the people who are themselves, regardless of who is around. Not changing up because you around, because somebody else comes around. And it's a difference between just changing up and adjusting your behavior. I ain't talking about behavior. I'm talking about personality. So yeah, you might talk a certain way when you're around the fellas, and when you're around your girls or whatever, you and your homegirls, y'all talking a certain way that's within that circle. And then if somebody else comes into the circle who's not part of that circle, y'all might adjust that because we don't know you like that. Y'all might be in there cussing and all that. Then your grandmother walk in the room, you gonna keep on talking like that? I'm not talking about adjusting your behavior. I'm talking about switching up, becoming a totally different person. You don't do that. All attention ain't good attention. What's for you to have, you'll have it. And if you are legitimately blessed, if you're not fake flashing and flexing and flirting to get favor, friends, and funds, you actually have the things, be content with that. Be blessed in that. We live in a different time. Marty Mar, what's up, man? We live in a different time, man. You can't be doing all that capping, man. You can't do it. And when you cap, and when you flossing and flashing and all that, when you cap, when somebody sees it, what if they do give you the stamp of say, man, boy, that's nice. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. You don't win no monetary prize or nothing like that. That's it. But some of us are driven by that. We are fueled by the accolades and the love and the boy, you out here, boy, you doing it, man. You killing them out here. It's human nature to want to get appreciated and recognized and know. That's human nature. And it comes, but let it come in a proper form. Don't press for it. Don't. I never liked when people fish for compliments, male or female. It just looked tacky when you try to tell people, hey man, I'm going back to school and but okay, you can tell me you're going back to school, but it's the way you trying to fish for a compliment. You see, I changed my hair, huh? I mean, I guess you did. Like, don't fish for compliments, man. Just go through life. What's for you, what's meant for you to have, you'll have. And what's not meant for you, you won't get. And if it's not meant for you, but you thought you wanted it and you didn't get it, and it wasn't meant for you, you need to thank God the same way that you would if you got what you wanted or what you thought you wanted. Because if you didn't get it, it's only two reasons why you didn't get it. Either you didn't work hard enough for it. It didn't have to be a bad thing because you didn't get it. You didn't work hard enough for it. You didn't put in the necessary effort to get it. Or number two, it was withheld from you. And if God didn't will for you to have it, you should be thankful because it may have been something detrimental to you. Well, if it wasn't meant to be, God, I thank you anyway. Must not wasn't meant to be. Must not was good for me. Man, I wanted to marry her. I've been wanting her since high school, man. Man, I did everything I could to be with her, man. Man, she still went off and married old boy. Come to find out, she sliced old boy's throat in his sleep. Like, woo! Females the same way. You seek this attention from these guys, from the one you think, that's the one you think you want. And he's the most dangerous, abusive, or he's a deadbeat bum that don't do nothing for you but use you. That's who you thought you wanted. And you did everything you can to draw him to you. See? Respect to y'all, man. I tell y'all I wasn't gonna hold y'all tonight, man. I'm gonna keep my word. I appreciate y'all time, man. Blessings.